So, dear students, we will start with this chapter banking, which is a chapter number 2. It's a part of commercial math, and so though the name of the chapter is banking, you're not learning everything about banking. We are only learning about one type of an account in a banking, and the type of account is called as a recurring deposit account. It's called as recurring deposit account, which in short is also called as basically an RD account. Okay, so I'll tell you first what is the significance. Like you must have heard of a savings account and a current account. So this one is called as a RD account. Now, what is the significance of an RD account? What is it meant for? So let's say, for example, say your parents plan that after your graduation, okay, say they want to send you to US or they want you to make you do further studies out here. So basically they try to plan for a large expense, but by starting with small savings each month. So say for example, your parents have started saving rupees 50,000 every month, for example. So say for example, they started saving rupees 50,000 every month. So there are 12 months in a year. And say you've just come into 10th standard now. So they are going to save for say next 6 years. So when they're doing this, they will be saving how much money? 36 lakh rupees. So it means what that they are going to deposit this 50,000 rupees every month in your account, in your RD account for 12 times a year and 6 years. So they are going to gather in all how much? 36 lakh rupees. But when you invest this money in a bank, since you're putting this money along with the bank is also going to pay you what? Interest. Okay, the bank is also going to pay you interest. So if you realize basically all of this together, okay, I'll repeat once again. All of this together is your principal. That is 36 lakh rupees is your principal. On that, you will be paid up what? Interest. And when you add up this principal and interest, what will you get? The amount. So this is called as amount, or it is also called as maturity value. Now, why do they call it as maturity value or MV? Okay, more popularly known as MV. It's called as maturity value because these accounts cannot be closed in between. You can close these accounts only at the end of those term. So there'll be a pre-decided term, 5 years, 6 years, 8 years, or something. So if you're trying to close it before, say if you stop paying your money in between, you stop paying the installment in between, the your account will stop. You will obviously get whatever money you have invested, you will get it back at the end of the term, but you will not get the probably you will not get the same interest or you'll get a lesser interest on your principal. Okay, so this is about the what basically a recurring deposit account is. Now the money which you have invested over here, that is 50,000 rupees what you're paying every month, we call this as a monthly deposit. Okay, monthly deposit, or it is also called as an installment is what we something like EMI, easy monthly installment. Okay, so either this is called either monthly deposit or installment. Now there are different methods of solving this problem and I'm using different notations over here. So I use this word P for the principal, total principal that you invested, total principal, not monthly installment. Let's say the monthly installment is D. What are the total number of months that you have invested? So that is here. The total number of months are what here? 72. And there will be some rate of interest. Say, for example, 8% per annum or something. They'll be giving you the rate also. So you know the principal, sorry, you know the monthly installment, you know the time, you know the rate. From there, you can calculate the interest, add up to the principal, and then you will get the amount. Now, I'll tell you what all the formulas are there. There are just three simple formulas are there. The first formula is about how will you calculate the principal. So how do you calculate the principal? Number of monthly deposit that you made multiplied by the number of deposits. So in this example which we are discussing, 50,000 into 12 is your is your total principal that you invest in. Number two, how will you calculate the interest on this? So there's a very simple, very small short formula. So interest is given by the formula d into n plus 1 by 2 into 1 by 12 into r by 100. So this is a small formula for interest. And then the third formula is for the amount or the maturity value, which will be what? P plus I. So what is the principal that you're going to invest? Dn. What's the interest? You're going to get dn n plus 1 by 2 into 1 by 12 into r by 100. What can we take common out here? So you can take dn common. What would you get on taking dn common? Notice over here properly again. I am taking what common I said? I am taking dn common. So here dn is common and here also dn is common. So what would you get eventually? Look, dn is common. So 1 plus n plus 1 by 2 into 1 by 12 into r by 100. Got it? So amount is equal to this formula. So this is, you can say, like a simplified version of the, yeah, this one is a simplified version of the formula. When you want to find amount, you can directly use this formula. Except whenever they give you interest. I'll repeat once again, guys, it's very important. Whenever they give you interest, remember there is no choice. You can use only this formula. If they have given maturity value, you can start with this formula. You should be good at using this formula, I mean the application. Otherwise, so once you know the application well, it's very easy to solve. But you should be careful about, I'll show you how to use this formula when we do the problems. Okay, so let's begin. So guys, this is the form. This is the problem. Problem number one. So look, now first thing, so let's sort out the data first. Pramod deposits rupees 600 per month. So the monthly deposit which he's making is how much? 600 rupees. Okay. Second thing, he's depositing it for 4 years. Remember, you have to always convert it into what? Months, the time. And the rate of interest is 8%. Calculate the maturity value. So how to do this problem now? Look, so first let's write down the data. That deposit is equal to 600. So I'll write here that D is equal to, one sec. So D is equal to 600. What are the number of months? It will be 4 years, which is equal to 48 months. What is the rate of interest? 8%. What do you have to calculate? The amount. So as I told you, there are two methods. The first method is what? Find out the interest using the formula of interest. You can try it yourself. Find out the principal using the formula of principal, and then you add them, you'll get the amount. So it's a three-step process. So it's an easy way doing it this also, though it's a little long, but it'll be still easy only. I'm trying the direct method now. So if you find direct method, you follow this method. So first let's write the formula that amount is equal to dn in brackets 1 plus n plus 1 by 2 into 1 by 12 into r upon 100. Now let's substitute here. So dn, what is d here? 600. What are number of months? 48 in brackets 1 plus 49 upon 2 into 1 by 12 into r upon 100. Okay, now if you're wondering that why did I say sometimes people go wrong in this, I'll tell you the reason. What some people do is that they usually add these two and they find the LCM, which is wrong. You can't do this. The reason you can't do this because what do you have already here? You have this multiplication. So we are supposed to do this first. Okay, so always keep in mind when you're doing this that do not add them first. First, you have to multiply all those terms and then we are going to take the LCM. So right now, do not even multiply this. Let it be as it is only. 1 plus. Here what we can cancel? 2 ones are, 2 fours are, 4 ones are, 4 threes are. So what do you get? 49 upon 300. Now, what will you get here now? It will be 600 into 48 into 349 upon 300. So obviously you can make this again. 300 ones are 300 twos are 48 twos are 96 into 349. So you'll have to multiply these numbers and get the answer. Okay. So I'm leaving this problem out here. You are supposed to solve it yourself and multiply and check. If you want, I'll just write the answers for you finally over here. So you can pause the video over here, multiply them, and then check your answer. So the answer is 33504. That's the answer for this. Will be in rupees, obviously. Okay. Now next problem. Now in the next problem, so guys see now in the second problem, in the next problem, I'll just read the problem for you and I'll write down the data. So they say Ritu has a recurring deposit account in a bank and deposits rupees 80 per month. So D is equal to 80 for 18 months. So N is equal to 18. That is 18 months out here. Find the rate of interest paid by the bank. So you can see what you have to find this time, rate. And the maturity value is already given to us. So the amount is equal to 1554. So now when they ask you to find out rate, yes, it does get a little difficult to find out the rate. Okay. So look at the pattern, the method of solving this problem now. Again, obviously our formula is the same only. Amount is equal to D into N in brackets 1 plus N plus 1 by 2 into 1 by 12 into R upon 100. So again, amount is what? 1554 is equal to D into N in brackets 1 plus N plus 1 by 2 into 1 by 12 into R upon 100. Again, if you remember, as I told you, we will do what? First multiply all of this. You can see we have nothing to simplify out here. So what I'll do now, I'm writing this as 1554. Take 80 here and 18 out here is equal to 1 plus 19R upon 2400. Now, what we can do here is, let's start cancelling. So this will go in what? 6 threes are, 6 twos are 12, 35, 6 fives are 30, 54, 6 nines are 54. So what do we get out here is you get 259 divided by 240 is equal to 1 plus 19R upon 2400. Now, how will you make this simpler? Now, notice over here what to do. Always what you do not take LCM on the right hand side, you just shift this 1 on the left side. What will happen when you shift this 1 on the left side? 259 upon 240 minus 1 is equal to 19R upon 2400. Now take the LCM on the left hand side. See what will you get on taking LCM? 259 minus 240 upon 240. So that's 19 upon 240 is equal to 19R upon 2400. Now if you cross multiply on what will you get? Rate is equal to 10%. That's your answer, final answer. Okay, so done. That's the second problem where you have to learn to find what? Rate. So we will classify this problem as what, give the heading as finding out the rate in this problem. Okay, now next problem. In this problem now, here we are learning about how to find the monthly installment or the monthly deposit. So this is the third type of problem you can say. I'll write down the data again first. So I'll read the problem for you guys first. Mr. Brito deposits a certain sum of money each month in a recurring deposit account of a bank. The rate of interest is how much? 8%. So R is equal to 8%. And Mr. Brito gets rupees 8088 from the bank after 3 years as the amount. 8088. And the number of years are 3 years, which is equal to what? 36 months. Find the value of his monthly installment. So, sorry, find the value of his monthly installment. Yeah, so you have to find out what? D out here. Now, again, just write on the formula of amount first. So, amount is equal to dn in brackets 1 plus n plus 1 by 2 into 1 by 12 into r upon 100. So, okay, I mixed up. I should have written, I'm writing, supposed to write only the formula out here. So, as we will write this as what? Only r out here. This is just the formula. Now, over here, what is the amount now? 8088 is equal to d into n. So, 36d in brackets 1 plus 37 upon 2 into 1 by 12 into r upon 100. So what will you get over here? 8088 is equal to 36d in brackets 1 plus, what will you get here now? 2 ones are 2 fours are 4 ones are 4 threes are. So you'll get 37 upon 300 here. Now let's take the LCM. So 8088 is equal to 36d into 337 upon 300. Now cross multiply. So you'll get 8088 into 300 whole thing divided by 36 into 337 is equal to D. So now guys again we'll have to divide this. So we can divide what here now? 6 6 are here again it will go with 6 I guess. So 6 ones are 6. So 20. 6 threes are 18. So 28. 6 uh, 6 one second. So solid 6 ones are 6, 26 is a 18, 28. So 6 fours are 24, 48. So again 6 eights are. Now here again what can you divide with? 3, you can divide this with 6 ones are and 6 say 500s are. Now it has to go with 337. So uh, actually we can do it in a simpler way little. I shouldn't have done this. Because what we'll do, instead of dividing with 6 directly, what I'll do is I'll do it 3 twos are and 3 hundreds are. 2 ones are, 2 sixes are 12, 2 sevens are and 4s are. 337 what's will go now? 337 will go ones are and 337 will go what? Twos are. So that's why the monthly deposit is equal to what? Rupees 200. That's your answer finally. Okay. So this part is also done. Third one was what? Deposit. Now we'll do fourth problem where you have to find the time. And these are the problems which are really time consuming when you have to find out the time. The most difficult type of problems are this one. So I'll read out a problem for you and I'll give you the data first. So let's say, uh, mm, okay, so you're given the maturity value of an RD account is the maturity value A is equal to 16176. Monthly installment is of rupees 400 and the rate of interest is 8%. Find the time period of this RD account. So N is equal to question mark. Okay. Now let's start. So what is the formula now? Amount is equal to Dn in brackets 1 plus n plus 1 by 2 into 1 by 12 into r upon 100. Again, what's the amount? 16176 is equal to 400 into n in brackets 1 plus n plus 1 by 2 into 1 by 12 into r upon 100. Now, 2 ones are, 2 fours are, 4 ones are, 4 threes are. Now, how to solve further? So, you will get 16176 divided by 400 is equal to n in brackets 1 plus n plus 1 upon 300. Now this can be simplified further. Now how to simplify this further? So see, we will get what here now. Let's divide this with 4, or let it be as it is only right now. We'll see later on. 16176 upon 400 is equal to n. In brackets 300 plus n plus 1 upon 300. Close the bracket. Now, what will you get here? So 16176 upon 400 is equal to n in brackets 301 plus n upon 300. Okay, take a pause over here in case you're getting confused how I got this. So you open the brackets and add them, this is what you get. Okay, now what we'll do, we will take 300 on the other side. So you'll get 16176 divided by 400 multiply here with 300 is equal to n into 301 plus n. Now, how can you simplify this? So cancel 0, 0, 0, 0. 4 ones are 4 fours are 16, 0. 4 fours are 16, 4 fours are. Now, 4, 4 threes are 12, 1 carry. 4 threes are 12, 1, 13. 4 threes are 12. So you get 1, 2, 1, 3, 2 out here is equal to 301n and plus n square. That's your quadratic equation. So remember, you will always get a quadratic equation. Make a note in your notebook. Whenever it's a time problem, you're supposed to get a quadratic equation. What does this equation become eventually? So therefore, n squared plus 301n minus 12132 is equal to 0. Okay. So now guys out here, okay, I'll continue out here. Now see, in this case, okay, out here now, we have to solve it further. So obviously you have to do what? Sum product factors. What is the sum? The middle term is the sum, which is how much? 301. What's the product? Minus 12132 and find factors of this so that you get this sum of 301. So if you remember, you had similar kind of factorization in the 8th standard, 9th standard, probably in 7th standard also. You may find right now these numbers very scary, but believe me, it's very simple. First, figure out how did you get 12132. Look at this, what I had done. We had done 4044 into 3, correct? 4044 into 3 had given those numbers. Let it be as it is. Now, notice properly what I'm doing here. In the first one, I'm dividing it by 2. So, I'm multiplying also out there by 2. So, whatever number you are dividing here, that same number you have to multiply in the other term to balance so that you're maintaining the same value. Again, we'll divide by 2. 1011 into 12. Now, again we'll divide by 2, but it won't go into, so you can't do that. You'll have to divide by next number, that is what? 3. 3 threes are 9, 3 threes are 9, 3 sevens are, and 12 threes are 36. You may have to pause over here to understand how I got these factors. If yes, it's okay. If you still have a doubt, we will discuss it during the class. So now what do we write? So we'll write over here what? N squared plus 337n minus 36n minus 12132 is equal to 0. So now start grouping. So these are the first two and next two. So what is here n common? In brackets n plus 337 minus 36 is common. Again you'll get what your n plus 337 is equal to 0. So n plus 337 in one bracket, then n minus 36 in the second bracket equal to 0. So what do you get here now? N plus 337 is equal to 0, or n minus 36 is equal to 0. N is equal to 36, or n is equal to minus 337. Got it? So what do we write out here now? That this one is not possible. This is not possible, and this is the correct answer. Okay, so what are the total number of months? It will be what? 36 months out here. Clear, everybody? Okay, so now next problem. So guys, now in the fifth type of problem, Uh, okay, so now we are given that Katrina opened a recurring deposit account with a nationalized bank for a period of 2 years. So N is equal to 2 years. Uh, N is equal to 2 years. We'll convert it right now only into what? Months. 24 months. Remember, this is not like compound interest. You have to always convert it into years into months. In fact, some kids who are fan of compound interest, when they give time in months, they convert it back into years. So remember, you should never do that. Then next rate is equal to 6% per annum. And the monthly installment or the monthly deposit is equal to 1000 rupees. Find the interest earned in 2 years. So what is the interest earned in 2 years is first part of the question. And what's the maturity value? So now this is the first time we are handling the interest part. But interest part is very interesting. It's very, very simple to solve. So we'll first write the formula for interest. What's the formula for interest? D into n plus 1 by 2 into 1 by 12 into r by 100. Okay. Now what's the deposit? So deposit is how much? 1000 rupees. Number of months are 24. N plus 1, so 25 upon 2 into 1 by 12 into r by 100. But now out here 12 twos are 24. 1 2 1 2 cancel. And what is 25 into 6? 150. And then there is one more zero. So your interest is what? Rupees 1500. Remember, everywhere you're supposed to write rupees. Okay, I'm just not writing over here. I mean, in some of the problems, but you must write every time the rupees in the exams. Now, what will you find out next part is what the principal. So, how do you find the principal? Use the formula DN. What's the monthly deposit? 1000 rupees. What are the number of months? 24. What is 24 into 1000? 24,000. That's your principal. So, what's your amount of maturity value? P plus I. Remember, don't use that long amount formula again. Just do P plus I. So that is what? 24,000 plus 1500. So there are a lot of innocent kids who actually end up finding the amount again by using the amount formula. So don't do that. You'll just waste your time. So what's the amount? 25. 500 is the amount. Okay, we'll do one more problem, guys, and that's the last problem, I promise. So I forgot the problem number. I think 6, 7 something. I don't know. Ignore that problem number. Okay. Now it's given that Mohan has a RD account in a bank for 2 years. So N is equal to 2 years, which is also equal to what? 24 months. Okay. They say that the rate of interest is 6% if he gets rupees 1200 as the interest. So he's got interest as 1200 rupees. You have to find the monthly deposit and you have to again find the maturity value or the amount. Again, since the interest is given, obviously, what are we going to do? Use the interest formula. So, what's the formula for interest? D into n plus 1 by 2 into 1 by 12 into r upon 100. So, interest is 1200, D we do not know, n is 24 into 25 by 2 into 1 by 12 into r by 100. Now, 25 ones are 25 fours are 4 ones are 4 six are 6 ones are 6 twos are 2 ones are 2 threes are 3 ones are 3 4 hundreds are. So what did you get eventually? D is equal to 800 rupees. So that's your monthly deposit. Now since you know the monthly deposit, I can also calculate what now? The principal. How will you calculate principal? DN. What's the monthly deposit? 800. What are number of months? 24. Now 24 into 8, so 160, 192,000 rupees, 192,000. That's your principal. Okay. Now we have to find out what amount. So how will you find out the amount? I hope you'll know it by now yourself. How will you find amount? P plus I. So the principal is how much? 19,200 plus. What's the interest? 1,200. Add them. I think it will come to 20,400 rupees. That's your amount. Done. Okay. So here we are done with this chapter. All the problems guys that we did now, they are all from the exercise 2B from Concise. So if you want to still refer to the question, you can refer the questions over there. After these problems, you can also try the solved examples which are there in your textbook and then the exercise. So as I said, there are only two exercises in this chapter, 2A and 2B. Both have got only 11 sums. So barely 30 sums in this chapter and you're done with the chapter. That's all. That's more than enough. Okay. Bye.